Good Wednesday morning. We are in a First Alert Weather Day. Yes, still in a First Alert Weather Day. We've been pretty active recently with all this weather going on, and well, there's still more active weather to talk about. This is First Alert Chief Meteorologist Steve Balon in the First Alert Weather Center. We've got a dense fog advisory up across northeast Wisconsin. That, combined with the lingering flooding from all the tremendous rainfall we've had recently, has extended this First Alert Weather Day into your Wednesday morning and the Wednesday morning commute to work for a lot of folks. All right, so here's a live view from foggy Oshkosh. And good morning, Fox Valley. And you can see it's a little difficult to see past a couple city blocks. Fog, 51 degrees. Dew point is also 51. When those two numbers match, that means our relative humidity is at 100%, and thus the fog. We've got a light north-northwest wind at 5 miles an hour. All right, so other than Sheboygan County, you're not in the dense fog advisory, but everybody else in the TV2 viewing area is until at least 10 a.m. I'll be curious to see if the Weather Service extends that. But otherwise, the Fox Valley has multiple locations where the visibility is down to about a quarter of a mile. Oshkosh, Appleton, Green Bay, up towards Oconto and Sturgeon Bay. We'll find the visibility slowly improving as the morning and the midday wears on. I wouldn't be surprised if we still have some lingering fog Bayside into Door County and Kewaunee County as we go into the afternoon. Not only do we have a dense fog advisory, but we've got a slew of flood alerts, including flood warnings where you see the bright green colors, many of them on creeks and streams and rivers. The bottom line is that we've had a tremendous amount of rain recently, and we want people to not drive into areas that have been flooded out. If you see the barricades up, please turn around, don't drown. Now, we got quite a bit of rain yesterday in Green Bay in two different bouts. Collectively, Green Bay picked up 1.57 inches of rain yesterday, and that has skyrocketed our April monthly rainfall total up to 7.88 inches. Would you believe that that now makes this April the wettest April ever in Green Bay, since these weather records have been kept since the mid-1880s? Actually, 1887, I believe, is the year where it starts. And yeah, I mean, that's easily breaking number 2 on the list. Back in 1929, Green Bay got 6.47 inches of rain. We're only halfway through the month. I mean, we are just clipping along and crushing that old record. Now, I had an interesting chat with one of the fine folks over at the National Weather Service, and bear with me here because I'm trying to pull up that discussion. So a gentleman from the National Weather Service and I were chatting last night about this record, and he had mentioned here, and I'm reading what he wrote here, if we keep up this pace, we are on our way to, this is not just the wettest April, but the wettest month on record in Green Bay, like all months. And that record is 10.29 inches of rain back in June of 1990. So June of 1990, Green Bay got 10.29 inches of rain. If we were to keep up this pace, then we would break that record. Sorry, I almost dropped my phone here. You might drop your phone if you hear about that. The good news is that I do think that next week we're going to have some drier weather, and it is going to be sorely overdue. All right, so let's go to First Alert Viper Max. I'm kind of punching up different video sources on the fly here. We are dry. I don't see any rain right now in northeast Wisconsin. That could change as the day wears on. Let's go back to Viper Max. My computer advanced. There we go. So this is a recap of the storms we had last evening. Meteorologist David Ernst spearheaded our severe weather coverage. I came home back to the TV station and helped out around and after 7 o'clock. And we had tremendous rainfall. We had about anywhere from about a half inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain, where you see some of those green stripes on First Alert Viper Max. There's a little bit of some yellow mixed in across Green Lake and Marquette counties, perhaps along the Winnebago and Fond du Lac County line. I wouldn't be surprised if rainfall totals there were closer to an inch from those storms that came through last evening. And we had reports of severe weather. Most of the reports in the Fox Valley and east over towards Lake Michigan are flood reports, but you could see south and west, big hail, even some tornado reports. Marquette County, according to the Storm Prediction Center, had 2 touchdowns, Briggsville and Endeavor. They're towards the southwestern corner of Marquette County. It's kind of really on the very threshold of where our broadcast signal goes out to. So yes, Marquette County had a tornado warning, confirmed tornado. The good thing is that as all that activity moved north and east yesterday, a lot of it was weakening, which was good because it was moving into more stable air, and a lot of those thunderstorms tended to lose their steam as they pushed into northeast Wisconsin. All right, so the forecast for today, dense fog slowly lifting. We'll see mostly cloudy skies. There may be a pop-up shower or a thunderstorm, especially this afternoon and evening, and a lot of that's going to be along and south of Highway 10. With the northeast wind and the damp and dreary conditions, I don't expect much of a warm-up. We'll see a high of 55 degrees in Green Bay. So why all this rain? How come we're getting just drenched? Well, we've got a stalled out front across the region. There's impulses of low pressure that go over top of this boundary, helping to create these rounds of precipitation. And there's another round of thunderstorms that we're expecting through tonight. And this is going to be, again, mainly Highway 10 and south. We see that bright green color there. That's a level 1 risk of severe weather. It's a marginal risk. In other words, an iffy chance that we could have some strong to severe thunderstorms going into tonight. Locally, heavy rain would be the main concern for me, but these storms, if they pop up, could also have some gusty winds and some hail up to an inch in diameter. So here's First Alert Pinpoint Predictor. Here we are at 9 o'clock. You can see some showers trying to develop across east central Wisconsin. Probably dry at 1 p.m. and then around and after 5 p.m. you can see some of these clusters of thunderstorms developing again along and south of Highway 10. Some of those could be on the strong side. Meanwhile, farther north, we're probably going to be dry, mostly cloudy, and areas of fog will be redeveloping across the area. Could be locally dense overnight heading into early Thursday morning. And if the National Weather Service feels the need to issue another dense fog advisory, we could be finding ourselves going into another First Alert Weather Day for tomorrow morning. So keep that in mind if you have any travel plans. But the next weather maker that I want to tell you about is coming in Friday night. Heavy thunderstorms are possible. And not only could they have some heavy rain, but they also could have some gusty winds and some hail. This is like the last thing that we need. With all the flooding that we've got going on, we really don't want any more rainfall, but it's looking like we're going to get soaked again as we go into Friday night. So here's First Alert Pinpoint Predictor. This is the noon hour on Friday. We're dry, albeit a little bit on the cloudy side. I do think you'll have some sun mixed in, however. To the west across Minnesota, some showers and thunderstorms, and they'll be moving across the state as we go into Friday night. They'll be stronger in western Wisconsin, but weakening as they drive into eastern Wisconsin, especially around midnight, heading into very early Saturday morning. Still could pack a punch, though, so don't let your guard down. Those showers and storms will be exiting our area as a cold front sweeps on through when you wake up Saturday morning, and that's going to usher in some drier weather for the weekend, which is great news. Now, it's not all rosy because we're going to get colder as we go into the weekend. With breezy west winds, our temperatures will be going down. It's hard to complain with a 50 on Saturday. I mean, that's within earshot of a normal high of 54 degrees. But that 54 is flip-flopped to 45 for Sunday's high temperatures. So Sunday, we should see some sunshine, partly cloudy sky, but it's going to be breezy and cool. Temperatures will start heading back up as we go into next week. So you can see the temperatures. They're going to be in the 50s in a lot of spots today, going up to 70 as we go into Friday, then coming down as we go into the weekend. Let's talk about temperatures a little more in depth here on our Super 7-day forecast. Here are today's high temperatures. Coolest north and east, where the fog might prove to be a bit stubborn, Bayside and Lakeside. Sturgeon Bay, a high of 49 degrees. Meanwhile, across central Wisconsin, where you get little fog in comparison and some sun trying to emerge this afternoon, we'll see highs getting up into the low to mid 60s. And then we get up to 70 on Friday. Breezy south winds followed by some showers and thunderstorms at night. Over the next 3 days, there's the possibility of picking up an inch or more of additional rainfall, especially south and west of the Fox cities and Green Bay. This is an area that does not need the rain. We already have multiple flood warnings. We've had some dam failures, and this is just not good news. But hopefully, after we get beyond Friday night, we will see a break in the action. Much of next week is looking dry, not completely, but I do think we're going to have a much quieter week next week compared to what we've had recently. We will keep you updated on what's going on with our forecast. Make sure you're watching on Action 2 News and also using our free WBAY First Alert Weather app. If you don't have the app, scan the QR code on the left side of the screen and download that for free. All right. Do I have anything else in my slideshow? I should have one more graphic. Coming up on Action 2 News at noon and at 4, meteorologist Emily Mers is going to have an update on your forecast. And she will not only have you covered today, but she'll be covering the midday shows tomorrow, and then she'll be helping you out with the weekend forecast, Saturday and Sunday morning. So she's got you covered. And Aisha Morales and I, we've got you covered coming up on Action 2 News mid-morning. And that's coming up in just over 10 minutes, about 12 minutes. So we will hopefully see you on the TV side of things. As we're wrapping things up, let's check out a sky camera shot. Let's pick out a nice foggy one. You know what? Why don't we just choose downtown Green Bay? It looks pretty foggy to me. This is, well, let's see here. Let's see if I get my bearings here. I think in the foreground is Jefferson Street, and we're looking kind of south-southwest. So if we didn't have all that fog in the way, you probably would see the Mason Street Bridge in the distance, but we're not seeing too much more than maybe a block or two here in downtown Green Bay with the fog. Granted, this camera is towards the top of the TV station. It's elevated a bit, so you know you're going to be kind of in that thicker part of the fog there. But yeah, it's like pea soup across northeast Wisconsin. Visibility is down to 1/4 mile. All right, thanks for watching our First Alert Weather live stream. First Alert Weather Day is going to be concluding after our mid-morning newscast, but again, fog, showers, thunderstorms, still a possibility. So stay weather aware today, tonight, and tomorrow. Have a great Wednesday. We'll catch you tomorrow for Thursday's live stream. Take care. Bye-bye.